Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I've got a whopper of a story where Clorox is claiming that Cognizant gave away passwords to the bad guys simply because they asked for them. Completely unreal. Let's get into it. So the Clorox company is suing Cognizant for breach of contract and gross negligence and some other things because according to the filing, Cognizant completely dropped the ball and gave away the keys to the castle. And I want to cover this story because I know I have a lot of IT professionals in the audience, and if you have any outsourced service desk, you really need to hear this and perhaps do some checking around on your provider to make sure they're up to the job, because this one is a doozy. Okay, so here is the complaint in the Superior Court of California. A few things to call out. First, apparently Clorox has been a customer of Cognizant's for over a decade, so it's not like this was some new service desk or operation that dropped the ball during a transition. It's kind of crazy to me that you can be working on something for 10 years and have something like this happen. And the details, according to Clorox at least, are astounding. They claim that Cognizant was not duped by any elaborate ploy or sophisticated hacking techniques. The bad guys simply called the Cognizant service desk, asked for credentials to access Clorox network, and Cognizant handed the credentials right over. And it's all on tape. And to make it worse, later down in the complaint, Clorox claims that the same service desk helped a bad guy get around Microsoft multi-factor authentication. So all that effort to put in MFA was rendered useless. Just terrible. And once the criminals were inside, they just went to town, spreading to more accounts, infecting Clorox's systems, and apparently caused $380 million in damages. And the damage done kind of speaks for itself, but the tone of the complaint comes across as very angry. I don't read a ton of these, so maybe they all sound like this, but based on reading this one, I can only imagine how the calls went between Clorox and Cognizant before they got to this point. So I think there are some lessons here if you're running an IT shop. First, as I mentioned at the top, it sounds like Clorox has outsourced this function to Cognizant for more than a decade. I wonder if the actual folks on the ground performing the service just got complacent over this amount of time and stopped authenticating callers out of laziness, or perhaps a desire to get positive customer service ratings. Second, whether you handle the help desk internally or not, you should be auditing the team regularly to ensure compliance with established procedures, especially around password resets. It's human nature to get complacent, so having this oversight seems critical to avoiding this sort of train wreck. And lastly, it's every corporate manager's worst nightmare. This complaint includes a back and forth account of emails between Clorox and Cognizant on relevant procedures, as well as screenshots from internal office documents that were exchanged between the two teams. Yeah, if you're paranoid about what you put down in writing at work, this would be why. Can you imagine having your internal communications show up in a public lawsuit like this? Just nightmare for sure. But I'll leave this one here for now. Just a wild story that I found interesting. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.